the Macron summit is a timely platform for actions. I would like to say while the MDBs, multilateral development banks and the development partners and all the governments have been doing quite a lot to deal with the climate change impact, this is probably the first time we see all of the development partners working together, enhancing their efforts, coordination in dealing with the climate change mitigation and adaptation. So this is very much timely, and I think more actions would follow suit.
There is a sense then that, some parts of the West aren't necessarily attending. You aren't getting the presidents or prime ministers or leaders of Western nations outside of perhaps the likes of Belgium, the likes of France, of course, and even Germany with Olaf Scholz here. Do you think that delays things a little bit? Because yes, there's a combined effort and need to change things, but some parts perhaps not.
I understand that dealing with climate change is the responsibility of each and every government, whether they are developing countries or developed countries, Europe, Africa, Asia. And I do not think the absence of some of these leaders indicates their lack of interest. I don't think so, because there are so many burning issues around the world for them to deal with. That is why I think this conference would send a strong signal to the rest of the world how we should deal with it, why should we deal with that. And I think in the meetings, apart from the opening ceremony, there will be lots of the panel discussions, meetings, and we in AIIB also signed an agreement, for instance, just now with AFD, to enhance our cooperation to help African countries deal with climate change.
Yeah. So significant that deal then would be, considering how recessionary risks and rising interest rates have continued to plague countries, not just in Africa, but really the emerging market space or the low-income countries as well. How much of that do you think can be resolved through pacts like these?
Of course, it is very much important for the multilateral development banks to be creative, to be innovative, to mobilize their resources to help low-income countries or countries who are most vulnerable to climate change consequences, and also those countries which are highly indebted. Now, we understand the macroeconomic situation at this moment is not helpful, and rising interest rate and some other kind of challenges. But you see, most of the times we have difficulties. So I do believe, since climate change is the global agenda, is the global issue, so whatever may happen, all of these countries, development partners, private sector, would have to work together. And this is, in my view, the conclusion of this meeting.